Former Foo Fighters drummer Josh Freese is opening up about a surprising dismissal from the band after recently revealing that he was let go by way of a phone call without even being told the reason for that dismissal. So in light of that, he's actually offering reasons of his own. He's got some theories about why he might have been let go. Now there's a lot of speculation about what actually happened here and also who could be stepping behind the kit for the Foo Fighters. Now, Josh Freese is such a well-respected drummer with quite the resume. He's worked with so many massive bands over the years. He doesn't seem to have any issues. So I'm wondering why he was ultimately dismissed from this group and who could be stepping into that role. Obviously, there's a lot of names being thrown around. But here's what he had to say a few days ago, and also now his theory for that dismissal from the Foo Fighters. Freese made the shocking revelation a few days ago that he'd been let go by the Foo Fighters over the phone. He wrote at the time, "The Foo Fighters called me Monday night to let me know they've decided to go in a different direction with their drummer. No reason was given. Sad face. Regardless, I enjoyed the past 2 years with them, both on and off stage, and I support whatever they feel is best for the band. In my 40 years of drumming professionally, I've never been let go from a band, so while I'm not angry, just a bit shocked and disappointed. But as most of you know, I've always worked freelance and bounced between bands, so I'm fine. Stay tuned for my top 10 possible reasons Josh got booted from the Foo Fighters list." Now, Freese has racked up quite the impressive resume. Everyone from Guns N' Roses, A Perfect Circle, Weezer, The Offspring, and countless others over the years. Of course, he stepped in for the late legendary Taylor Hawkins, so it was obviously an important pick for the Foo Fighters just a couple of years later. To see him dismissed is quite shocking. Now, with that in mind, a lot of speculation about who could take that place. We're going to look at that in just a second. But here is Josh's list of the top 10 possible reasons, which he promised in that first statement, and he actually did it. Here is why he thinks he might have been let go from the Foo Fighters. Counting down from 10, Josh Freese shared the top 10 possible reasons Freese got booted from the Foos. Number 10, once whistled My Hero for a week solid on tour. Number 9, could only name one Fugazi song. Number 8, 2 words, polyrhythms. Number 7, metronome-like precision behind the kit deemed soulless. Number 6, demanded starting every rehearsal with a 20-minute cowbell sound bath. Number 5, never even once tried growing a beard. Number 4, didn't show up to studio because Mercury was in retrograde. Number 3, promised Noodles he could be the 4th guitarist from The Offspring. Number 2, refused to perform unless he was guaranteed a Ouija board and nunchucks after every show. Number 1, the whole poodle thing was getting to be a bit too much. Now, as Josh pointed out in his original statement, he's going to be fine. Obviously, he's got quite the resume and is an incredible AAA drummer. He's not going to have any trouble finding work. But it does beg the question as to why he was let go. Who could step into that role? And the number one name that's being thrown around is the son of the late legendary Taylor Hawkins. His son Shane obviously had that extremely powerful moment at the tribute show to his late father, performing My Hero on the drums, and he's quite the talented drummer. I mean, if there's any reason to make a membership change, I'm saying right up front, that is the most logical explanation. I think there's basically no other reason you make this change, but if there was a reason, he did kind of list it. Maybe it's playing style. He said metronome-like playing style deemed soulless. That's a real thing. There are some bands that are very particular about the exact drumming style during their live performance, and sometimes you talk to these artists after their shows, and they're really, really scrutinizing those shows. Some of them are watching videos of their shows like game film. Most of them are. And so, they really put a lot of thought and effort into this, and they want to present themselves in a very certain way. So maybe they felt as though he wasn't the right fit. I got to say, Josh is handling this as perfect as possible. That sense of humor that he has about the whole thing. I already love the guy. He's an amazing drummer. But to see his response to that, it could not be better. So good for him for, having this and taking it in stride like he has been doing. Now, Shane Hawkins is one name. There are a lot of others who could step into this role, and pretty much the list is infinite. If you consider a band of this caliber, the Foo Fighters, a lot of people would like to play with them. So everyone from, you could see Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers. You could potentially see Brad Wilk from Rage Against the Machine, who is not very busy these days. You could see the Who drummer, Zach Starkey, who was just recently let go, the son of Ringo Starr, for the second time in a month by that band. So many possible options. Of course, there was a lot of talk as well about Rufus Taylor, the son of Queen's Roger Taylor, his name was thrown around a lot when they were first searching for a drummer. So whether or not they revisit that, but if I had to guess, the most likely explanation, in my opinion, is they're bringing Shane Hawkins in. And I think if they did that, it's just, who can say anything about that? Maybe they've done rehearsals with him. Maybe Dave Grohl has performed with him and seen that he's ready to step into the role. He's growing up. He's, a couple of years have gone by, and, never say never. And so I do think that for Dave and the rest of the band members, that would be an incredibly sentimental thing. And the fans would, he was the number one pick, I think, if you polled the entire fan base of what they would want to see. And so the Foo Fighters are getting back out there on the road following Dave Grohl's situation last year. They're going to be performing a lot more shows. It's good to see them coming back, and so such a big rock band. But we'll be learning in the near future. In a few months, they've got their first show back, so we will find out who's going to be behind that kid. Unfortunate for Josh Freese, but I know he'll land on his feet. Let me know what you think. And shout out to the Feed fam always for your support. It's the best way to directly support this channel for the cost of a cup of coffee. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates as well right here on Rock Feed.